Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Shirts in Time. As always, now I am joined by Dan. Shirt hits the fan. How are we doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm omnipresent as ever.
I can never stay comfortable. I'm always fidgeting when I do the intro. I don't know why.
I know, because I'm just going to come along and derail any rhythm or preemptive bit of conversation you had. That's what I've got the sofa, mate. I'm just sat down, relaxing. I'm like Tony Montana when he's just killed the boss.
We've got producers now. Um,
Ha!
ask Dan about his unboxing. Ask Dan about his unboxing. That's come from above.
It's come from above, right? So you're railroading me, here, mate. Okay, so it's a triple threat unboxing. The first two's a reveal because I couldn't wait for you lot. I don't care, right? The other one is a personal grail, and I finally, she's gone to bed now. I finally just went, you know what? Vegas strip club, get the money out, and there we go. So first one is it's a jacket I've had before, and I didn't get it in my size. It was always the elastic was a little bit loose, so I sold that, and I've been just waiting to find one, and they've just been stupid. Most of the time they come out at like 40, 50 quid when I try and buy it, but this was just like, oh, it was taking forever. So I basically saw one. So Cult Football, Roger at Cult Football, thank you very much for this, mate. Top quality. This is the Italy 1986 track jacket.
Love
Absolute
that.
stunner.
Love that.
It's probably the joint for me, joint all time greatest Italy jacket. It's incredible, and it's still got a bit of elastic in it. So when you put it on, it fits a treat. Um, they are out there, but some people are trying to get 150 quid for them. That's not happening, mate. I'm sorry. So, but it did cost just about three figures, just about. But he gave us a very nice friendly discount. So thank you very much, Roger. Much appreciate Cold Football. That's number one out of the way. Chuck you down there. Chuck it on the floor. I love it that much. Number two is number two is a shirt swap. So he sent this to me with present. I felt really bad, so I had to find some real nice bit of kit. So I sent him an Ian Wright t-shirt. So this was from Top Bins at LV, Top Bins Las Vegas, Big Duna, and he sent me this. This is the 94-95 Sampdoria goalkeeper kit. Uh, just lovely. Just got it's a bit of a missing link shirt for me. I don't like that year with all the lace collars. I don't really like them, but the goalkeeper shirts were absolutely like result. It was the last sort of couple of months where we had Paluca. So this one would have been one of Paluca's last kits that he wore, or if not his actual the last kit he would have wore for Sampdoria before he moved to Inter Milan and greatness beyond what he already knew. So yeah, thank you very much, Mike. Much appreciated. Love it. So that came into my possession.
I've got a
Um,
newfound appreciation for goalkeeper shirts after having Alan after that episode.
Mate, it's some liken it to the first time they tried crack cocaine.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I've heard, and it's supposed to be such an instant hit. Once you've had it, there's no other shirts, is there?
No, I haven't got one from the '90s because I'm hearing about this crack cocaine, but I'm just I know someone who does it, kind of thing.
Well, you live in Doncaster, mate, or Darlington, so rife up there. Somewhere between Scotch Corner.
Darlington, Doncaster or Darlington. Where would you rather live? Let us know.
Which shitty race course do I prefer? Um, oh mate, and then let's take it back. Let's take it back now. This is CFS job, and God bless CFS. The CFS 10 like discount code is like eternally active. It's like the chain reaction inside the sun. It keeps going. It's never been turned off. Thank God. So you can pretty much go on CFS. This is a hack. Go on CFS anytime. Ducky's probably not going to listen to this. Turn it on there anytime and just type in CFS 10, and there's just a really good chance the code's active somewhere from someone. It's like a so you always get 10%. So I just thought, you know what, with 10% off, this is good. I don't know what the condition it's in like, but it's a very allegedly it's a 9 out of 10. So for me and you, it could be like a 2. Don't tag them in this post, by the way. I don't want our secret to get out, but
I'll make sure to show them actually, just like at Shirts versus Boots if they're there.
Yeah, look. One thing I do like about CFS stuff is it comes in all recyclable stuff, and then a plastic bag. So just to lead you down a garden path. What tat we got today? Thank you for your order. Okay, see if there's anyone we know on the sheet anymore. Oh, there's old Mushti. There he is. Jafar. There he is. In his pink kit there. He's got on their flyer. I have to speak to Dougie for the royalties there. And I've got a little Fiorentina Batistuta legend card in one of the most overrated kits of all time. So it is.
There goes the Fiorentina fans. Oh.
That's it. Done them as well. Fuck off Viola. Right. On Francesco Flacci's birthday, and I'm slagging off Fiorentina. So it is the Sweden 1994 away kit in the European build version. So before I had it in like South America, and it doesn't have the same joie de vivre, let's say. No jacquard, but I've been after this for a while, and every time I pop up, they seem to go really quickly. It's just unbelievable for me. Unbelievable. Simple. Probably one of the best ever templates. Definitely by Adidas. Maybe some would say they're best ever, but unreal. It's got the Sweden badge.
Just got a glimmer of the jacquard there.
Oh, look at that. Look at that sexy shimmer. Look at the Brolins on it. I can smell the Brolins. A very young Larson. Oh, mate, honestly, just like absolute class. Great condition, actually. This is absolutely A1. They said there's like a couple of bobbles on it. I can't see fuck all. Maybe one
What are you giving out of 10 condition-wise then?
Probably that is a 9 out of 10 because there's one small bobble on the back. Size medium. Oh, mate, just made up. Been after it for absolutely ages. They're just not as common as the home kit. Home kit you can pick up like 50 quid all day, which is a classic, total classic.
Yeah.
But the way is super rare. So I'm just gonna leave that on show. A bit of flex. But it's one of those ones where it's like I thought that was a really good price for CFS for that. And when you look, I couldn't see it anywhere, so I've been sort of struggling to sort of find it. Admittedly, I don't look every day, but when I have looked, it's not been there. So there we go. That's all the unboxings we got. Listeners, it's a white top with a blue and yellow Adidas coming in from both sides at the bottom. The classic Sweden badge, and then a blue and yellow collar going into that little knitted V at the base. Sexy. You got anything in the post this week?
No, I'm on a bit of a hiatus ban.
Hiatus. Is that called I've got a kid on the way and she will rip my testicles off? Hiatus or?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Sorry, producer on the ear said, "Be careful because you will be hung." Yeah, I can say that. I can say yes to that. Yeah.
Right, that's good.
I have a feeling that template might be rearing its head later on in the show.
You reckon, dear?
I think so. Yeah.
Is that what you think, son? Fair play to you, mate.
I'm definitely gonna crowbar it in now. If not, so.
Well, a crowbar could be an apt name for some of the antics that go on the theme of tonight's show.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? Crowbars, circular saw blades, hammers, knuckle dusters, baseball bats, cricket bats, hockey sticks, golf clubs, 2x4. In Argentina, pump package and shotguns.
Police batons.
Yeah. Or if in France, that which means a police breadstick.
Or just a white handkerchief. No.
Yeah, they both surrender in France. It's actually they meet up really close together rather than coming together. In France, they meet up really close together, and the start is they run away as fast as they possibly can, and whoever can get the quickest wins.
In Italy, it's just like two sets of fans meeting up, and it's just the police battering the fuck out of them from the get go, straight away. Not even a hello, anything, just battering them straight away. Batons at the go.
The fans don't even get a go. They just the police. They go, "Fuck, come on!"
Yeah.
It's like, they just, fuck, you just kick fuck out of them. You singing, fuck, silencio, boom.
Are you gonna? Shall we share the theme for the episode?
Go on then. It is big, heavy rivalries. The greatest rivalries in football. And we've had to pick out a very small selection because I've got to finish this in under 50 minutes.
Story of your life.
Absolutely.
We are probably going to alienate so many people by not picking their derby, but we haven't picked your two derbies either, actually. So
That's right. You've not picked the Derby della Lanterna between Genoa and Sampdoria. Just to say, we've featured a bit of Samp in there. We won't feature any Rosso Blue Scum, and we won't be featuring. It's all right. It's all right. The rats don't listen to this, and we've also not. We won't be discussing Pompey Scummers. We won't be talking about the Demolition Derby 2005 4-1 at Fratton Park. You know, we won't talk about the other Demolition Derby 4-1 in the FA Cup, Jamie O'Hara and co doing the business. We won't talk about it at all. We won't talk about Yakubu scoring the 1-0 winner at Fratton Park in 2003-4 season. We won't talk about that at all. Okay?
at all,
We won't talk
at
about
all.
the fact that Pompey are the most successful team on the South Coast by absolute miles. We won't talk about that at all. Okay?
Where shall we start?
The one close to your heart?
Yeah, we'll start with one close to my heart.
Go on then, mate. Talk us through it. Talk us through your derby. Show me your truth.
Manchester United versus Liverpool.
Some say the British classic.
Well, one of two British classics featuring in the episode, but shirt-wise, I think in modern times, especially the the teens, it was just on its arse, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then the noughties at the start, maybe definitely the mid noughties. You had the United 2007 to 2009 trio shirts. Liverpool had fantastic shirts around that year as well. I remember when they beat us 4-1 at Old Trafford. That, hate to say it, lovely grey shirt that they had. They've had a few, but they had a black and gold one, I think from the same season. That red one that I always picture Torres and Xavi Alonso in. But mainly with United and Liverpool, late 80s, 90s in it.
Yeah. So behind me, I've got the Liverpool Candy Dazzle Diamondy 89-91 home kit, and below that is the United Snowflake. Probably two of the best ever Adidas kits of all time. And imagine seeing that going head to head on TV. That must have been amazing.
Well, yeah, especially because like a lot of these derbies that we'll be talking about, a lot of them would have been home shirts versus home shirts. But obviously, United Liverpool both playing red, so you're gonna get a lot. Well, you're gonna get home shirts versus away shirts versus third shirts as well. So you're getting a whole array of absolute shirt chaos. Could you pick out, if I said to you then, your favourite Liverpool shirt from the 90s?
Mate, for me, it's a shirt I don't own, but I'd probably go the round neck Reebok with the Carlsbergs. I always really enjoyed that shirt.
Wow, that's mad.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just liked it. It's just simple. I love a round neck shirt. It had that sort of changing colour band across for the Carlsbergs. It was like matte to gloss to matte as it went down like a hoop. I loved that kit, to be fair. It was just in long sleeve. It just reminds me sort of like Michael Owen, and just it's cool. And then you add on top of that the 92 sort of 91, 92 before they went from Candy, when it was still Candy, not Carlsberg. I really like that kit. It was just like that was the last of the good Liverpool teams when they won that FA Cup. That was it. That was the after. Never as a team had well until Man United got rid of Fergie and decided to get everyone to hold their beers. I've not seen such an instant decline in a football team as Liverpool had. After that point, it was crazy. It was like they got Carlsberg and then they went bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was incredible. You know, you go all of a sudden that's that team that lost, but you had that one and also the same template as this, the Sweden kit when they had Liverpool's one. I believe it had like a little green little banner going around the side of it, like a real light green detail. They put a bit of that into the shirt. I thought that looked like a really good touch. But for me, without doubt, the best is that Dazzle kit behind me. I know it was 89 through to 91, so it does count in the 90s. But that for me is just, I'm not a Liverpool fan at all, but that's one of the greatest kits of all time. John Barnes, beautiful.
That the late 91, you were talking about the Reebok one with the it's got like the white collar and the white cuffs on it.
Yep.
I would say that this season's shirt is a carbon copy of that, isn't it?
Yes, definitely, mate. It's definitely got vibes on that. It's good. That template really works when you have a solid colour through the whole shirt, and it's just the cuts of the actual build are sort of hidden in a colour. As soon as you start to put a pattern onto it, it just goes wrong because it's cutting through stuff at the wrong places for me, and it just doesn't really work. But I mean, another kit, not obviously the flip side of the United then going into their home kit would result in Liverpool having to wear their grey away kit. So this is Liverpool's 89 to 91 away kit, which was the grey sort of. They shared the kit with Monaco, didn't they, that year? And just again, a great pattern. It just looks superb, and the tracksuits, everything like Dalglish on the touchline with the West Germany grey with the red stripes going across it. You know that the famous Germany shirt. Loads of clubs had it mocked up. I think United had a version of it. Arsenal had a version of it as a jacket. Liverpool's one. It looks unbelievable. And imagine seeing that on the touchline. Unzipping it and you got this underneath that, the away shirt underneath that as well. Spectacular that is. That is brilliant. So I'll just lay that one down there. Again, not a big fan, but of Liverpool, but the kit's too good. And then one of my oldest shirts. This is the Liverpool '83 home kit. The classic yellow liver bird on it, yellow umbro, and you talk about white collars and white cuffs on this shirt. And this is when shirts stayed the same for absolutely ages. Lovely cherry, sort of reddish colour. That sort of not cherry red, candy red sort of colour. With the little white pinstripe going through it. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
Those pinstripes complete that shirt, don't they?
Oh, beyond without a shadow of a doubt, mate. Out of a shadow of a doubt. Just gorgeous. Just great. Just a great. So simple. Not all 80s kits are that good. No sponsor on it.
I'll tell you what, actually.
Yeah.
I've just had a little look as you've been talking there on Football Kit Archive, and some the shirts that you've mentioned, Nike are just literally carbon copying them. You mentioned obviously the 98 through to the 2000s. That's this season's shirt. You mentioned the 93 to 95, the same template as that Sweden shirt. Nike did that, I think, the COVID season after they won the Premier League, where they were dog shit, basically.
Yes. Liverpool. Yeah, they literally fell off a cliff, didn't they?
Basically, white collar, white cuffs with a green trim. And that shirt that you just had up there, if rumours to be true of next season's away shirt, next season's home shirt, it's a Nike version of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So Nike are just going through the 90s and 80s and going, yeah, we like that. We'll just do that. We'll take our own little modern spin on it.
To be fair, when Liverpool after they won the league, cause that was a little bit of a hint to that because it had a pinstripe going through it, and it was a bit of a shame really that Nike's first effort had that lovely green trim and Liverpool were terrible. But that looks so good. I just Andy Robertson in that kit, unbelievable. Like that kit, that don't know what it is about Andy Robertson in that kit with the green trim on. Looks brilliant. Something about it, just different class to like any other player in that team at that time. Just something about it suited him. Obviously, then you got the flip side, so a couple of Man United sort of versions of that. I'm sure you'll be able to delve into this section of the archive, but I'm going to quickly get it out. One of my favourite shirts of all time.
I'm going to be controversial and say I did a Twitter thing, like I can't remember what they're called, like a tier list, and that was near the bottom. That was near the bottom for me. Not a fan.
Well, mate, and you know what? There are people like me who love this shirt out there, and then there are people that are wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
So, mate, I remember walking past the sports shop when I was 8 years old, and that was in the window on a mannequin, and I just remember being like, that's the first time. It was after my dad bought me the Arsenal kit that I love for Ian Wright.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
And I just remember seeing this, and it was the first time I remember looking at the design of the kit. Not just the fact it was, that was Ian. I remember the first time I saw it, and I was like, I was so young. It's like Manchester United was just like a nothing to me because I was like, 7, 8. But I remember seeing that on a mannequin in a window, and I was like, that is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. Like, that was a real fall in love with football shirts moment, was seeing that in the shop window. As an 8-year-old kid, I don't even know where it is. It might be in Chichester or something like that. But just gorgeous, mad pattern.
Yeah,
Love it.
It looks a bit too denim for me. I don't know.
Mate, that is Andrei Kanchelskis, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can agree with you on that.
Well, I mean, there's gonna be no hating on this one. The black Cantona Kung Fu kit. Surely you've got to love this, mate.
Definitely one of my favourites.
Yellow
it's a lovely shirt in general, and then it has that. We've mentioned it before on this, when shirts have like little moments in them, and that has the moment.
Definitely.
The most unique moment possible.
One of those, for British football, that is about as mad as it could ever be. The best player in the country at the time, Kung Fu kicking some racist prick at Crystal Palace. Lovely little details. MUFC little tag on the sleeve, the red and black Umbro tape. Oh, sorry, the blue and black Umbro tape. I'm literally looking at it going, that's red. Yellow little like trim on it. The collar.
It's the shield, the badge in the shield as well. It's just we did the Easter eggs last week, but it's just little things on a shirt add up, and that shield around the badge. It's just a beautiful sharp view webcam as well.
I think that's another thing.
As well. Yeah.
Even if that just had full on sharp, the fact it was sharp view cam and it was just different. Just an amazing kit, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Just so it's just brilliant. That was a famous derby as well. Was it the 2-2 or the 3-3? Ruddock scoring in sort of like 94.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was weird story. Like, I was born in 96, so let's say before my time. But when I was younger, I got given like videos of like United during like in the early 90s, midnight, around like when I was born, basically. So my first actual memory of United is around that era. So my first United shirt I remember seeing is the 92, 93, and then 93, 94 third shirt. You know, the Newton Heath green and yellow. Oh,
yeah,
that's probably my favourite. It's so weird. I was born in 96, but that shirt is my memory of United, which is quite weird to say. Just Lee Sharp as well in that shirt. That's all I can think about.
Yeah, I can understand it. For me, the Newton Heath one it's got to be Steve Bruce. When I think of that kit, Steve Bruce.
Steve Bruce, yeah. Little young Roy Keane as well.
Yeah. Oh my God, Cantona little business in it as well.
So iconic.
Just and you know what's funny is that kit. when that come out, I remember it was super sought after then,
Yeah.
and it's mad they only kept it for 1 year, but the actual I remember all the time growing up, that was always like a almost impossible shirt to get hold of, even as a kid. Like the Newton Heath shirt was such a classic, sought after kit in the 90s. It was like, oh, you remember the night, and you've not gone back to it now. The Glazers would never go back to it.
No. That's what makes it even more like desirable and iconic now. All the stuff with the owners and the fact that we're never, well, definitely in the next few years, never gonna have that color combination again. We'll wrap it up quickly because if with me and Man United shirts, we could be here for 5 hours, never mind an hour. So I'm going to quickly show off two favourites other than that in my collection, and we'll start off with
Oh,
the like you talk about shirts with moments. So this is the Manchester United 1996 through to 98 home shirt. What? Come on, the Cantona trip versus Sunderland, the that David Beckham goal versus Wimbledon. That shirt's had multiple moments, and then Manchester United shirts in moments in shirts. Come on,
yeah,
the
yeah.
treble winning league shirt, Umbro taping down the sleeves. See, I think we were on about with the Kung Fu Kick shirt, the Sharp sponsor. That looks better with just Sharp, doesn't it, instead of Sharp View Cam, I think.
I think it does, especially on the home kit. But for
Yeah,
away kits and thirds, I think it's good to have that variety.
yeah.
Who do you think? So between and take your red man out of. Who do you think throughout the course of their kit history has had the most iconic kits the most consistently?
I am gonna take my red. I'm gonna take my United hat off, my United glasses off, but I'm still gonna say United.
Mm,
Liverpool. That's not me being Liverpool. Like I've said before, Liverpool have fantastic. Well, I've just looked back through Football Kit Archive then as well. A lot of the away shirts and third shirts are beautiful, but they just don't seem to get the attention that United. And maybe it's because I obviously don't go looking for them, but I just don't see
mm.
the same draw to them around like other collectors and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair, mate. That's fair. I
But then
think
those candy shirts, like even before I got into collecting, I knew of the candy shirt, so I'll give them that. But I don't know. There's just something about the United shirts, especially in the 90s. I think it's because United were the team in the 90s. There's just that draw.
yeah, I feel there's a lot more footage and photography, and there's obviously a lot more replica shirts out there from that period. You do get stuff from it. It's harder to get 80s kits because they made fewer of them. Um, it wasn't the thing to wear to football. You didn't really wear colours much in the 80s, unless it was really a home game, really like a big, where you felt a bit more safe. You never really wear colours away. I mean, that was almost like you just didn't do it. It was very, even I remember as a kid, like my dad going off, don't wear colours, nothing like that, because dickheads just want to put one on you. Um, and it's almost making sure you're all together and this sort of stuff. Whereas I don't think, for me personally, I don't really feel when you go away from home, you don't, if you're walking around, whatever, it's just two or three of you, you're not going to get your head kicked in. I don't feel there's that real. I don't know. It's not there, which is a good thing, obviously.
Yeah,
Maybe not at Derby games. Back to answering my own question. I'd say United have probably had more consistent kits at like your 9 out of 10s level.
yeah,
At your absolute 10 out of 10 knockout blockbuster, it's probably tight. I think for me, it is those two. That's the two of my
yeah.
best. That's the Snowflake and the Dazzle kit. It's just something about that Dazzle kit for me. That it's a really strong draw, but yeah, it's hard. I think the best of the best, Liverpool has had a better kit, but in consistency in turning out like better shirts. I think Liverpool had such wank shirts all the way through. The Adidas stuff they had, when towards the end of Reebok, the Adidas stuff, right through to the end of Adidas. Then they went to New Balance, and it got even fucking Warrior.
Yeah.
Warrior, mate,
Warrior,
it's
yeah.
horrific. So they had such a long period of turd kits that I think United just win it by the fact that it was almost like Celtic when Rangers weren't in the league because the Liverpool kits were so bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, even our mid, like, I think when Liverpool would have been with Warrior and maybe just at the start of New Balance, we would have been
Yeah.
Nike with Nike in the teens and some of the home shirts and the away. Some of the shirts in general were horrendous, but I'd still probably put them above the Warrior ones.
Oh, definitely.
You've mentioned Celtic and Rangers there. Shall we go north of the border?
Segway. Yep, I reckon let's get up the M1. Let's brave it. Let's go across Greenock, whatever the fuck it is. Gretna Green, that's it,
Gretna Green.
and up to Glasgow. For would you say this is the biggest derby in world football? Would you reckon it's up there? Bear in mind they're both in the same city. It's pure religious sectarianism that separates them.
It has that. It have that. Two most successful clubs in Scotland, both in the same city, and then there's that extra edge of the religious aspect. It's the biggest one in Britain, definitely for me. You coming in from a United fan?
Yeah, I think it definitely trumps because that's a city derby. I mean, there's big derbies in the UK. We could go on about for ages, Arsenal, Tottenham, Newcastle, Sunderland, massive. I don't know, the South Wales derby, the Birmingham, whatever. There's loads, but in Celtic Rangers is huge. It's pure. It's pure hatred, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but again, like United and Liverpool, we're going to be looking more at 90s, really. Maybe some late noughties for Celtic off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
it's going to be mainly 90s again for me, looking at the shirts.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I feel I only own 2 Celtic shirts, and that's because sheerly design. I am a Rangers boy. Like, don't, red, white, and blue all the way. So there's no messing around there. But I just couldn't say no. So the only one I could dig out will be the one that we much lament, which is the 93 away kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Celtic have had some bangers. I mean, Christ, that mint green CR Smith one from the 80s. I think it was the 87 third kit. I think, or away kit. It was like a minty green.
the 84 to 86 away shirt, yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah.
That's
that
a bizarre
is,
colour to have as a away shirt, especially because they're playing green originally.
but maybe like Hibs played in like a different. I don't know, but maybe they probably would have used it. It had to have been used, not very much, but you know, that's a gorgeous kit. And Umbro's template in that sort of 84 to 90 period, the actual build, everything, Umbro smashed the 80s to pieces. For me, not much got near them. I know people say an air or whatever, but and then they had the CR Smith stuff on there, and they had like what was that other one? The Ford People's Ford one, the crazy Christmas tree looking thing.
Just looked at that now. Yeah.
And then you had Umbro, sponsored by Umbro, the massive Umbro in the middle.
Manufacturer sponsor combination, yeah.
Craziness, isn't it? Absolute craziness.
I've got I've got 2 Celtic shirts. One of them is obviously the one that we are sponsored or contracted to show nearly every other week.
Yeah.
But then when I had the Glasgow Celtic wear on, and me and him had a conversation after saying, I was like, I really want a Celtic shirt, which one should I go for? And then he said for me to go for that iconic 6-2 win at Parkhead, the 99 to 01 home shirt, Henrik Larsson, NTL sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, it is so nice. You'll understand what I mean. Do you know when you put it on and it's heavy? It feels like you're actually wearing a shirt.
Feels substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And
It's,
like,
to be fair, mate, that's a beautiful kit.
and
It's so
yeah,
crisp, but not too crisp. You know.
and yet again, it's had that. And that's what a lot of my collection is. I'll admit, it's just shirts that have had that moment and a 6-2 win against your most fierce rivals. I mean, you don't get much bigger moments than that, really, do you?
No, other than maybe like a 5-2 in the Hampshire Cup or like 4-1 home and away. Um, no, to be fair, like Glasgow Celtic wear, great guy. Like I do talk, do talk to the Tams. Don't worry. Um, but like, yeah, he's totally right. It's a great kit to get. Larson, all that. Sutton, was he there at that time? Must have been a Sutton era
Yeah, I
shirt
think so. I think Sutton was there. Yeah.
before he took his Chelsea pension. Um, I mean, now, mate, let's go on a tour through the most successful club in Scottish football history. So let's go to Rangers, mate. Um, you did. I totally get your point. I think the mid 2000s, or like the definitely the later 2000s, right through when they went through the divisions, when they Rangers got completely done over by their own board. Um, one shining light for that was the Taylor by Umbro period, and I think this was the last year before they went bust.
I think
Or
yeah. I
yeah,
think you're right.
and it's just honestly, it's so crisp. It's got a lovely sort of weird collar arrangement going on. 1872. This would have gone into our detail one. So sorry, not 1972. Sorry, in the collar, which is when they won the European Cup, I think, or some sort of nonsense. I'm not a history nerd for Rangers. Massive, great big like Rangers badge on there. Just incredible. Like little stitching pattern. I love this kit. And it's so underrated. It's so cheap. So many of them, and it's just pure. It's just absolutely pure. So that for me was a real guiding light. And little tiny
Lovely,
tenants.
lovely little tenants. Yeah, I've literally. What year was that? Sorry.
This is, I think, 11-12 or
Celtic
ten
have
11.
Celtic have like a there with Nike, but in 12-13 they also have a small little tenant sponsor under the badge.
Small,
So I wonder if it
teeny
was a
tiny
contract.
tenants.
I wonder if it's a contractual thing or it's Celtic thought, well, you've done that with Rangers, so we're having that as well.
I mean, there's the Taylor by Umbro. It's got the 5 stars for the over 50 trophies, and sometimes I'm sure there's another little detail on. I mean, that's a. To be fair, actually, I should have brought this out in the old detail episode last week. Taylor by Umbro 5 stars, and that's just on the sort of the side of what's the left hip. I suppose that would be. Gorgeous fabrics. It's lovely. It looks great. It looks timeless. Again, it's a shirt that could come out now and would look absolutely fine. It could have been. It could have come out in 2001. You'd never notice the difference. It's absolutely gorgeous. Um, just one of the best periods in kit designs. I'll go the rest out there for a bit. So that's an old one. Some say this is the greatest Rangers shirt of all time. It gets touted at by certain people. Big thanks to the Brew out in the States. Very good guy. This is the Nike. I believe this is the 97-98. So this is like the first Nike kit. And back then the templates they had were unbelievable. You had this sort of black and sort of grey, almost like a TV snow, late night snow TV sort of mid stripe, and then it goes into a white main collar. It's got a little fabric mid panel across the top of the collar there to act as like a sort of a bit of elastic between it. Just lovely. McEwen's like a sponsor. Little tiny Rangers crest sewn on, and I think just the fact they shrunk that down with the small Nike tick, just gorgeous. Long sleeves, lovely, lovely cuffs matching the
Matching
collar.
cuffs.
Oh my god! Honestly, it's fantastic. The short sleeve of this, I think, is bang average. In long sleeve, phew, absolutely.
Long sleeve makes a difference for you.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Multi-tonal blue, the red stripe, top class. Right, next one. Rangers.
Oh, that's no. You say the best Rangers shirt of all. It's that.
This is yours, is it?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
unbelievable.
mate.
I have this.
96.
I have this wonderful uniqueness where I don't sit either side of the fence. with
Yep.
Celtic Rangers, so I can respect both of them equally amounts. And it just brings when the shirts come out. I don't have even like when you mention a Liverpool shirt, I'm like, yeah, it's nice, but it's a Liverpool shirt. I can never own it. With these
Yeah.
now, I can just with both teams, I can just appreciate both of them, and that is wow.
So this is
Beautiful.
like this is the 96, 97. Don't hate me, people. Um, Amazing Rangers jacquard going through it. Sleeves are sort of a little plain panel that runs long and under. This is like the France,
France, yeah,
yeah,
96.
96 one essentially, but classic Rangers badge on it with where it's just the letters Adidas, little R above the Adidas there. It's got a little Rangers ready little patch on there on the bottom, and it's got all of the badges. So it's got the letters badge, it's got the circle badge, and it's got the sort of write-in banner across the top badge on there as well. It's a stitched-on panel. Big fucking collar on it. I mean, that is
Yeah.
Saturday Night Fever right there. It's that big. John Travolta is pointing his finger to the sky. Says that. We've got the Ibrox. This was an our keeper special, but it's the Ibrox Sunset goalkeeper shop. Hold out a bit of Andy Gorham there. Again, the big letters logo, plain back, stone cold stunner.
Beautiful.
Pick that up for something like 30 quid on eBay.
That's criminal. That is
But
absolute criminal.
about 10 years ago, maybe
Oh, right.
12
Okay.
years ago, back to the good old
Understandable.
days. Yeah,
Understandable, yeah.
I was just like, it was. This is the day where I didn't used to pay over 20 quid for a shirt by a rule, and I was like, I have to do it. That at one point, that was the most expensive second-hand shirt I'd ever bought at the time I bought it, and I felt really bad. Now,
Yeah.
Vegas strip club, spend that money. Um, then we got the Rangers, the away kit from that year as well. Massive, great big badge across it, overlaid. So
Yeah.
it's like it's the negative. So basically, it's a red shirt with a black pinstripe, and as the pinstripe goes down on, and there's a big Rangers like logo, the letters logo, or the calligraphy logo maybe on there. It changes, alternates. The black pinstripe goes red as it goes through the black logo, so you get this intersecting sort of effect. It's lovely. McEwen's lager on there, probably one of the best sponsors of all time, and a stitched Rangers badge on that. I
Yeah,
did have the
that's
chance to buy the purple kit, an original one in 2018 for something like 90 quid, immaculate. The purple
yeah, purple on it
European
with the
90s
the
kit.
lighter tone of purple as well as a
Yep,
stripe. A purple
fuming.
version of that Newcastle shirt that we covered a few weeks ago.
Exactly it. Mate, I've missed out. I missed out. It's not a big regret because I've got the Italy 94 home kit at the same time. It's between that or that, between this Rangers kit or the Italy 94, and I've got that one. So I don't totally regret it. Got the Rangers. This is the Gaz for me. This is Gaza
Gaza.
Rangers. His first
Gaza.
year. The calligraphy logo, the letters logo on that, and this has got one of the craziest prints going through the shirt. They did something similar for River Plate, but I'll bring this up to the camera for those who can't see it. It's got jacquard, it's got stitching, it's like a woven thing. It's got like Rangers slapped across there in like a jacquard. It's somewhere between graffiti, sewing, and art. I don't really know. It's gorgeous. The only thing that's shit on it is the collar. This in long sleeve is unbelievable because you go down to the sleeves and you've got these three Adidas stripes that go horizontally, like hoop around the arm, and it
Yeah.
is quite. When it's on, it feels weird. It just doesn't. The fit on it. I don't. I love to look at it. It's one of the very rare kits I don't wear because it looks too weird. But in long sleeve, oh my god, I'd love to have it. This will end soon, Celtic fans. Player spec, long sleeve, 92 away kit, fully embroidered badge, XL, 44 to 46, embroidered Adidas equipment logo, plain white cuffs, and this would have been used when they went on their European Cup run. They got to I believe it's the semi-finals, correct me if I'm wrong, Rangers fans. Again, that template with the 3 stripes coming down vertically across the front. I think there was a purple version of this, but this is like one of the best kits I own by miles. Absolutely love it. Stunning. Central badge stitched. It's the sort of the scarf or the banner logo. That's gorgeous. Love that.
Yeah.
Then we go through to one of probably the Rangers' best home and away kits. So this is the 1990, 91, I think.
Admiral shirts, yeah.
Yep, or 91, 92. Away kit, brilliant, lovely. Adidas, well, what about Admiral? Sorry, it's got a crazy pattern going through the shirt as a jacquard. This was quite a standard fabric used by a few people, or at least it got chucked at a few clubs. So it's not super special, but it looks great in white. Little Rangers badge on the back there. Crazy little bits coming over. Little Carlos Valderrama, Columbia sort of vibe about it. In the middle of Glasgow, that's what you want. And then the home kit, terrible fit, by the way. The away kit's quite nice, but the home kit it's something really weird about it. And for some reason, I don't know what the reason is. Please, someone let me know. It's got a wood grain jacquard to it, so it's like a bit of veneer for the pattern going through the shirt.
Oh yeah.
The collar's really nice though. A few teams had sort of something quite similar to that, but it's a little zigzag pattern on there. It's quite nice. And then save the best to last, or two of the best to last.
Oh.
That's the 87 home and away. So you've got the Monaco diagonal,
Yeah.
red and white with McEwen's lager on it. Umbro, letters logo, crisp fabric. That actual jacquard fabric was used by loads, but that shirt is unbelievable. Definitely one of the prized possessions. And then a lot of people would say this is the greatest Rangers home kit of all time. It's the Umbro, the checkerboard.
You can see the jacquard from here. You're not even like trying to show it off, and you can just see it instantly.
There is no fucking about with that. No, absolutely stunning. Really good
That's
size as
beautiful.
well. That's a large. So yeah, gorgeous. Love that. And then last bit, my last Rangers kit. Sorry for boring you. So you think, oh, it's nothing special about this, but this is the first Rangers. It's a new one. It's a Hummel one, but it's the kit where they won for the first time. They won at Celtic Park. Wed, none other than that mad cunt Ryan Kent.
Yeah.
Scored at Ibrox, and it's almost just not the ending of that run, but it was just almost Rangers were back. At least they're in the race proper back then. And they just broke that sort of hoodoo. It's a really good shirt. It's not that jacquard thing, but it's where they sort of, it looks like they've pressed into the shirt. It's got loads of little Rangers badges on there. You've got nice Rangers, like the letters, the calligraphy logo, the 5 stars above it. Hummel looks fantastic. Hummel down the sleeve. And then, yeah, the main man himself, Ryan Kent, long sleeve as he wore on the day on the back.
But that would have been Steven Gerrard era, wouldn't it?
I think you're right, yeah. I think it would have been Gerrard
That's
era.
weirdly where I kind of stopped liking Rangers a bit there. I don't know why. It's just coincidence, I'm sure.
And now you've gone back to what a derby that was at the weekend. Now that was
I made sure I was doing nothing.
Crazy.
I made sure I was doing nothing so I could sit down and actually fully watch it. And what a decision that was. Dare I ask what side of the fence you are with the shirts then? You know, you asked me to take my red United tinted glasses off.
Yeah.
Are you going to take your blue specs off?
Even if I took my blue specs off, I think that at different times they've always had a better template to work with. Other than maybe like the night stuff, when when Rangers were coming back through the divisions, and Celtic had some really good Nike stuff. That 2013 era for Nike was really strong. I still think, even with that, and they've had shirts that have a little bit of detail, because the shirts were always for Celtic are really traditional. Something like they wouldn't have numbers on their backs because they never wanted to break the hoops. So they always put the numbers on the shorts until like 1993, something like that. There's
Oh,
like
wow.
that's something they had. So whenever you'll get a shirt and it'll be like, oh, Celtic match worn 1991, and there's no number on the back. You're like, what are you on about? But it's because of the fact they wouldn't break the hoop with a number. It's like this real.
Oh,
So they
that's
are
class. I
very
never knew
traditional.
that.
Yeah, a little fact. For me, through the whole time of it, although the hoops are probably more iconic as an identity to a club, and that's no doubt. Do you know what I mean? You see
Yeah.
the green and white hoops, and it is more iconic. But Rangers have had better kits. I think if you laid them out, went one by one, Rangers have got so many more iconic kits than Celtic. But Celtic's kit itself is more iconic than Rangers kit. Does that make sense? The
That's
overall,
yeah. That does make a lot of sense how you said it.
yeah, it's very rare because it's so traditional. You can't really do that much with it. So it's very hard to
Yeah.
make something that's so regimented, different. But Rangers can. It's a blue kit. They seem to be able to just do more with less. It's
Yeah.
so mental.
I don't know what side of the fence I sit on. Because then I'd use your point of how Celtic are so limited with the green and white. Some of the shirts that have come out with the green, with that limitation on them. But then you've just shown me all those Rangers shirts. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to
I've
sit on the
GB
fence.
newsed you, haven't I? I've
Yeah,
GB
I don't
newsed
want
you.
to. I
I've
really
gone
don't
in
want to sit.
totally. I've presented one argument. You're Fox. You're watching Fox News now, mate.
I really don't want to sit on the fence, but it looks quite comfy on there.
Are you gonna be Queen of the South?
No, I'm gonna go with Celtic shirts for me. I think the iconicness of the green and white just adds that little bit to me. There's no,
That's all right, mate.
as in like that. So for a perfect example, that Rangers '96 shirt,
Yeah,
it looks like the front. It's exactly the same as the France version of it, just with a Rangers
you are
badge.
correct.
And
Yeah,
then there's no, but then the Celtic green and white shirt, there'll probably be like a team somewhere with the green and white hoops, but it's they are the shirts, so that's why
yeah.
I'm gonna go with them.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I've gone a bit shirt heavy on Celtic. It does slow down a bit now. That's like half the kits I've got out were for just for that. So it is a bit more chill. But no, I think yeah, it's hard. I think it's hard to disagree with that point in general. From the or if you do disagree, put it in the comments. But I just it's the Celtic home kit is just an iconic
Yeah,
football shirt
it is.
globally. Yeah, it's hard to beat that. What's next on the agenda, mate? What's the
Well,
next scrap out the trap?
time wise, we'll do one more. We're gonna have to do second. We'll do second part. We'll straight away next week.
I reckon that's good. Could I just say then, if we're going to do this, can we make next week an entirely Italian affair
All right. Okay.
where I can treat you to an entire week of Italian derbies?
There is like yeah, that's fair because there's so many iconic Italian derbies.
Right. So for the last one, then, mate, should we leave the continent of Europe altogether? Shall we head? What's the producer saying?
We've just gone to VAR on the out of Europe. He's actually given it. I didn't, he's new on the job. This producer, he's a bit touch and go. He wants to appease. He wants to appease us and appease the listeners and the watchers. And we're a go to go out of Europe. Where are we going? Come on, all aboard. Where are we going?
Well, in that case, we go to the land of Malbec, great steaks, Diego Maradona. We're going South America. We're going Buenos Aires. We are going River Plate, Boca Juniors.
Jeez.
Oh,
Wow. We could
and I'm
literally
gonna have
do
to
like a
stand up
whole.
and do this bit.
We could do a whole episode dedicated to this derby in general. This rivalry.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I've actually have to move this Roma shirt out of the way here. So we could, yeah. I mean, bear in mind there's like big Brazilian derbies as well. Sorry, there's a few of the guys watching this Prof and Mr. Jersey and all that lot, but you Samba boys ain't got nothing to these mad cunts in Argentina. They are psychotic bastards with great shirts. So, I'm going to go straight in. There's a Boca kit. Admittedly, the CBJ on the collars, or whether it's the Boca badge that goes inside the collars, is gone. That is the Olan Boca Juniors. Number 8. I mean, who knows? It's an absolute minefield out there, so I'm not going to say it is match worn. It's just an absolute shit fight. But, yeah, stunner that, isn't it? Does need a replacement.
It actually looked a bit like a Parma shirt. I'm going to say that.
You know what it is? It's the Parmalat. And you
Yeah,
forget how many teams they sponsored back then. Yeah. They were everywhere. They were like water. It got
covered all off.
Or milk, everywhere. the other liquid as they are. So that's one. That's Boca. I think I should go one takes a dig, the other takes a dig.
Yeah, we'll go like heavyweight championship of the world later rounds with the slugfest in now. River Plate versus Boca.
Okay. Well, River Plate coming straight back at it. Sanyo, Adidas, 3 stripes, long sleeve. So this is that was the 94-95 Boca away kit, I believe, and this is the 92-93 River home kit, I believe, or is it 91?
92 to 93, and then also 94-95, according to Football Kit Archive.
Excellent. Well, I'm not too far away then. That's all right. All screen printed, absolutely scrap proof. You can give it to your mum. The blood will come straight out of there. Absolutely fine. Just brilliant. Sanyo on the front, Sanyo on the back.
Oh, sash! The sash continues on the back as well. Yes.
Oh no, double sashing. Then, of course, Boca wise, I've got 94. I've got the. Actually, this might be the 95-96 or 94-95, but with Kelmes on it rather than Parmalat. OG 10 on the back.
That we mentioned with Celtic before, the iconicness of the colours, the iconicness of the Boca River Plate colours. The blue and yellow versus the red and white.
These are 2 of the most iconic kits in world football history, without a shadow of a doubt. That's it. When I've done this before as a feature, iconic kits. Go through my feed or whatever, and these 2 will just straight in there. They're just so iconic. As soon as you see that River Plate, no doubt about it. As soon as you see that, but there's nothing else that looks like Boca Juniors. Nothing. Yeah, they are their own beast.
You have the sponsors as well, don't you? You have. Is it? How do you say it? It's Kelmes, isn't it?
Kelmes, yeah.
You have that.
Kelmes.
You have that on both the shirts throughout time, and then River Plate go into Budweiser, Boca go. We're not doing dirty alcohol sponsors. We'll do sugar-filled drinks with Pepsi. It's just oh my god.
It's just the complete and utter. Yeah, exactly. Everything is stride for stride. So I'll go dip into. I'll give you 2 away kits at the same time here. So these are 2 of probably the most, for me, I reckon, they're 2 of the most sought after River Plate shirts. So this is the 94-95 away kit with the sort of bands down the side of it, maybe 95-96 away kit.
It looks like the Rangers 96 shirt, doesn't it? Just red.
It's that same template, but I don't know if it was knocking around from 95.
Oh,
so
right, okay.
Again, I'm shit at dates. So there, got that Kelmes long sleeve. Lovely on the sponsor on the back as well. It's got a jacquard of 3 stripes running vertically through it. Just ridiculous. And they got the colour band going around the collar as well. So hopefully my camera will focus in on that. There we go. Yeah, lovely. Stunning. Stitched on big patch badge as well. Just gorgeous. And then probably my joint favourite River Plate kit of all time that I own is the away kit from, this is 94 to 95, I believe. Put me down as wrong on that one if you want to, but I'm pretty sure this is 94, 95.
94 to 95. Also 95, 96, so bang on again.
Liking this. Number 9 on the back. It's not a cut number 9 on a vinyl print. It's one of those like proper die cut 9s. So you never know. It was sold to me as being a player spec one, but again, I don't trust any of that at all.
Minefield, isn't it?
Absolute minefield.
Especially that part of the world.
Mate, it could easily have just been made on the back of a scooter. So I don't like to. I'd never say it is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But incredible. So it's got the sort of checkerboard design coming over the shoulders, same as the Germany '94 and a few others. I think was it Club America probably have one of the most iconic versions of this kit, but this is like a bit rarer, a bit more sought after. Helmets on the front, number 9 on the back. Just that is incredible. I feel like I'm like in an advert for like, you know, what's the American muscle car thing they do? You know, Talladega Nights, Legend of Ricky Bobby. What is it? What's that fucking car racing called? Shit car racing. That's what it's called. Stock car racing. That's the one. Stock car racing. And I've saved the best of the River Plate kits to last. Till last. 95, 96 home kit. Unbelievable shirt. Long sleeve, incredible print going through it. So I'm going to bring this a bit close to the camera. So it's basically got a multi-structure layer breakdown of the logo as a fabric running through the shirt. So it's got a very faint layer of the logo stripped back, and then it's got another layer or another 2 elements layered on top. Then with sort of make up another bit sort of adjacent to that. So I'm trying to describe this to you on Spotify. Best thing to do is just go literally Google that kit. But the logo pattern going through it is absolutely incredible. When you stood back, it just looks like there's something going on. But up close, it's great. And it's the River Plate logo. Central Adidas, the CRAP badge in the shield up a little bit more towards the shoulder. It's actually quite high up on this shirt. It would, does sit just. It does not really on the chest. It is quite high up. Kelmes is sort of properly framed in, where it's all screen printed in. On the sleeve, the pattern runs all the way down the sleeve. There's a random little tiny. If I bring this up to the camera, there's a random little Adidas River Plate logo patch thing stitched on the side of the sleeve. Doesn't mean anything at all. They've just done it because they can. And then you've got these 3 band stripes running like in a hoop thing round the sleeve before it runs down. If you get this in short sleeve, you still get this, but the arms, it's like a square cut. So basically just below this third band, it tees off, and it's really, it doesn't look good for me. It's just like, all right, that'll do, that's the shirt done. But for this, when it goes down to the cuff and you get that little finish, it just gives it such a nice refinement. Lovely collar, little sort of split stitched collar there. So it's very well structured, a lot of support around that. And this nice little sort of classic polo collar on it with 3 bands. I don't think it gets much better than that. I think that's always in the fight to get my top 10.
Booker can land a punch back on that. And the reply to that is the 1987 to 88 home shirt, with the Adidas Trefoil Fiat sponsor. Or the 1990, 91. Or 91, 91, 92, like the home and aways. Just.
Yeah, that's a good point, that, mate.
But I think if you're going off design, the Boca ones I've just mentioned there with the Fiat sponsors, they are. It's going to sound disrespectful, basic, but they're beautifully basic. But that River Plate one there with the Kelme, the badge going through the design, the little Adidas apparel logo, the hooped stripes on the long sleeved. I'm gonna edge it River Plate on that off the battle of those two shirts.
I get, yeah, it's one of the ones where it's like at their best, when their best was their best, do River sort of sneak it based on that? And I think it's in that Celtic Rangers argument sort of thing where River, you look at the 2000s kits, and I think River, just because they have that, they kept obviously with the sash, whereas like Boca changed like the height of the band, the blue changed from being that really much deeper blue to being
Yeah,
a lighter blue
lighter
again,
blue.
and you know, so they lost a little bit. I don't like any up until the last 5 years. I thought Boca kits have been pretty rubbish, to be honest, for a long time, like 15, 20 years. Probably since the Nike efforts were like around about 95, no, 90, or was it 98, 99 sort of period. After that, you know, they had some like round neck collars where they had their goalkeeper kits and things. But digress. You look at the Boca shirts with one where it had like the almost the West Germany thing going through it and
Yeah,
across. Fiat on that. Oh my god! And it's Boca Juniors, and it's that design. It's one of the greatest kits of all time.
it's so hard to choose.
I mean,
Because I think both of them, like Boca, like after those West Germany inspired kits, like the start of the '90s, where the manufacturer's Overland and they had the
yeah,
Parmalat sponsor. I don't really like. I don't think they're nothing special for me. And then
mm,
towards night after '96, they go back to Nike, and then the Kelme stuff comes in, and they start getting back up there, but it's nothing too special. Then the start of the noughties, they change the colour of the blue like you touched upon. They then go central badge with the logo. They move into the Pepsi and stuff
yeah,
from that. Going back to like the modern day, like you've already said, it's just they've had a bit of a massive dip in the shirts for me. But then looking through the River Plate, consistent bangers through the '90s.
yeah.
Banger after the away shirts to go with as well.
That's it. It's just they were good, and they have not had to stray too far from the color scheme. But I don't know. There's something about Maradona in that Olan
Yeah,
Parmalat
yeah.
in long sleeve. I wish I had the away kit that I've got. I wish I had the home kit of that, because that with Parmalat on it's so crisp. It probably is more the Maradona factor than anything else
It's
for
got that
me.
shit again.
Diego
Shirt,
is top
the
of the tree
moment,
for me.
the moment in it. It's had that player, the moment.
It's, there you go, player the moment. It's something else, and then you've still got, yeah, they are.
Why have we
Oh,
ended
that
on
stuff.
these
But oh,
two?
but River Plate had the bruised banana pan with Sanyo on. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I've
So in
literally just
90,
yeah,
that 92,
yeah.
that's probably one of the most iconic kit designs of all time, applied with this, and then Sanyo sponsor. So they just went, don't worry about the sash, we got this, you know. And I
It's the
think they've had that. They've had any good template from Adidas, they got it, and it looked great for River Plate. So maybe River Plate do steal it.
are we go if we're going off away shirts and third shirts. I love the simple change of from white with a red sash to black with a red sash because it works just as good. I'm
So,
I'm I'm
yeah,
I'm nailing it in. I'm booking in my answer. River Plate.
yeah. You know what, mate? I'm with you there. I think River Plate have got tons of, they've got more than 110, whereas Boca have probably got like three tens and a load of nines, like galore.
Yeah,
But River have got like 10, 10 out of 10 kits that are just knock it out of the park in all eras. You got to remember
absolutely.
as well that the 2002 kit that was worn at the World Cup, that template, which I think looks turd on everyone. For whatever reason it is, River Plate in that shirt look unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, they make bad kits look good. I don't know what it is. It just something they do makes it look right. So yeah, I think River do steal it for style. I can't believe I'm saying a red and white kit tops the pile for me.
Tops of blue kit.
I know what's coming. What's happening? Is it too late at night
Why
or
have
too
we
early in the
finished on
morning,
these?
Julio? His mother's dead. Back to you. No,
That out of context. Well, if I put that where you've been talking about that cunt from your old school, that would sound mental.
you could chop it into death threats, couldn't you?
Oh, mate,
Mate, the best.
we've made an error finishing on these Boca and River Plate shirts. I'm looking through them trying to like find an argument to come back for Boca, but I can't. I think River Plate have so many 9s and 10s. They'll have a few lower numbers, but Boca have a few 9s and 10s for me, and then a lot of 6s and 7s. So River Plate. I'm not even. I think Celtic Rangers for me personally was closer, which is mad, but
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
River Plate.
I think if I'm taking the kit collection all the way through, I'm taking River Plate's kit collection just, but because their stuff is, like I say, their 10s are 10s, it's unreal. But it is the Celtic issue again, where as good as that is, you got to remember Peru also playing the sash, and
Southampton have played in the sash as well. Oh.
Some other teams have played in the sash as well, and I think Swindon have. We've lambasted Swindon before, so they can come back into the debate. But the one thing with Boca is that will look. It's the most. That's I think one of the things that they struggle with. It's that blue, yellow, blue hoop is so iconic that sometimes it's almost impossible to do anything with it. And when it's good, it's an unbelievable shirt. When they did the one the other year where they did that Qatar Airways when Daniele De Rossi went out there, was that 3 years ago, two years ago? That was a fantastic kit. So it's very hard to make an iconic Boca's home shirt because the actual design, the physical design of it is iconic. So sometimes I think they always try to overdo it. You actually need to do less and let the kit. That's why the Olan one works so well, because it's very light design changes that keep to a very pure shirt, and that's why it looks so good.
We'll finish on this. This season's Boca home shirt is, in my opinion, fucking dreadful. Well, you say there's a yellow band in the Boca shirt. That's not a band. That is a quadrant of the shirt. That is, oh my god.
Really?
That is bad. It is bad.
They do have who was it? Adidas. They have started chucking out random kits for Boca, and it's like, oh lads, knock that on the head.
The third shirt looks like a Sweden. Like if Sweden had that third shirt as their away shirt, you'd say it's a banging Sweden shirt.
Yeah, definitely. If they do lose out a bit, and then I think River had was it a limited release or a third kit, which is very similar to this design. It's a little bit hinted at this design, the checkerboard one, and
I'm on that now.
Even with a shit sponsor, it looks good.
Oh dear, we're out of time.
Yeah, oh dear indeed. Take that off.
We'll wrap it up there, mate, because I'm all derbied out.
That's all
we
have
mate. So many more. We haven't even got time for honourable mentions. We're gonna have to do part 2. Well, we'll do the derby, Italian derby special with you, obviously with your mad collection, and then we'll have to try shoehorn a part 3 of some of that most iconic derbies of kits.
I think it's worth a 3-parter, mate, because it's so good. We tried to keep it to 5,
We did 2 in an
But
hour.
I think, even if in the comments, if you're watching this, put in there who you'd like us to try and feature and talk about, and we'll get it in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I think it's worth doing it because it's just there's so many good Derby kids.
Yeah.
Love it, mate. Love it.
Are you gonna plug shirts and boots and
Yep,
the other things?
shirts versus boots. 18th of May, Bootle FC in Liverpool, 11 a.m. doors, 2 p.m. kickoff. There we go. Get stuck in, enjoy yourself. And Football Coliseum, me and Will on Wednesdays.
That's quickly coming around, shirts versus boots, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very,
you haven't been
very
for a
quick.
run in 4 weeks.
That's it. Thanks, that's a compliment. It's more than 4 weeks. I play football every Tuesday night. That's it. They're saying that I had an Easter egg at 9 o'clock, a full Easter egg at 9 o'clock at night the other night.
Unbelievable, mate. To be fair, I love it. I'm not going to steer and slag off chocolate consumption in April because if at least Easter egg landed in my lap right now, game over. I reckon 3 minutes 50 seconds flat gone, whole thing. And I'm talking about them Galaxy big mothers. Do you know what I mean? Like the proper girlfriend giver jobs. One of them. Where you're like, oh, she'll love this. A massive chocolate egg. She's feeling great of herself just after Christmas and losing that bit of weight. What I do now is I'll get her a massive fucking chocolate egg.
Gaslighting by
Yeah.
chocolate.
God, we think we're doing the right thing, but really we're not. We're bastards.
I have to follow plugging my things now. I have to follow that by plugging my stuff. Cheers.
Go on then. What you got to plug? Go on then, son.
Uh,
Hold your pods out.
all my pods, all the plugs, all the pods. Lazy Punditry, football-based podcast, out. I don't think it has an actual and scheduled day, but we've just done weirdly enough, a Derby themed special on that.
Ooh.
Obviously, because of the weekend of football we've just had, we've just gone Derby mad, and a bit of Pep Guardiola's slagging off as well. So check that out, Lazy Punditry Pod, and then Shirts in Time Pod, obviously the best shirt podcast there is. On all socials. Watch it on YouTube where we show off the shirts, and then obviously Spotify and Apple as well. But yeah, thank you for listening and watching.
Ciao, Bella.